What is going on, guys? In today's video, I'll be breaking down how I managed to invest around $30,000 by the age of 21. In this video, I'll be breaking down my Robinhood investment brokerage account, what shares I own, what companies I believe in, and how I was able to make money investing in the stock market at a young age. So welcome to the YouTube channel, guys. If we have not yet met, it is a pleasure to have you here. If you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, and if you find value in this video, it would mean a lot if you give me that thumbs up, smash that like button. That would go a long way. But before we get started, I just want to introduce myself and just honestly come from a very humble perspective. Now, $30,000 might be a lot. You might think that this is nothing. But for me, I've worked my tail off ever since I was 12. I've saved as much money as I can, and I've started investing in the stock market. I've seen great returns. I truly believe you can start building wealth at a young age. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you invest in certain companies, put your money to work, you're going to see great rewards, and this is what this video is about. So we're going to jump into each share, each stocks that I own, and the companies I truly believe in that allow me to have some great gains and allow me to grow wealth. So stay with me here. I'm going to be jumping into my computer. If you see me looking down, just know that I'm looking at my Robinhood account, and let's go get it. Alright, guys, so here we are inside the Robinhood brokerage platform, which is I use to trade my stocks here. And as you can see, I am sitting around $29,000. I'm currently investing, currently at an all-time high. I was sitting around $30,000 with a return around $14,000 on my investment. Now, that is something I'm very happy about, and I think that's a great milestone and something that took some time, but also I've learned a lot before I got investing. As you can see here, around $879 is currently what I have in buying power. And I think with the election going on and a lot of things happening in the market, I'm just going to hold that money. Currently, I invest $100 into this Robinhood platform, so $400 a month that I have to deploy into stocks. And I think as the election comes along, I think I'm going to wait before I start buying more shares and just continue to buy. So I started back in October, November of 2017. I was like a senior in high school, and I found myself trying to learn about stocks. I didn't know much about what I was doing, but I found some good opportunity buys, and some of the lows in February of 2017 and some of the times where I didn't know much about investing is where I took the most risk and started to grow and started taking some actual gains investing in the stock market. So what I would say is I took some risks and I didn't know much about it, which eventually paid off. Some call it luck, some call it just figuring it out, and that's what I'll have you determine. So that's kind of my current investment portfolio, around 35 different companies. And today I'm going to be breaking down some of the most or the biggest holdings in my portfolio, as well as the companies I truly believe, truly value, and I think you can start purchasing or you can buy yourself as you're just getting invested yourself. So first here is Starbucks. This is a company I truly believe in. I think this is probably one of the first companies I purchased just because I was a consumer of Starbucks. I saw the power behind Starbucks, and they were just dominating the coffee industry. I have around an average price around $65 per share, with around 7 shares owned, with a total return around $174 overall investing in Starbucks. I think Starbucks is a great company that I'll continue to believe in, and I think over the long term I'm going to continue to buy to hold. My strategy with investing is just to buy and hold. I don't really sell companies. I like to just hold it off as long as I possibly can, and just build wealth for the future. Secondly, a great company that I believe in is Facebook. I just think their business is great. I think Zuckerberg is a great leader, and I just truly think that they're going to continue to grow, dominate social media, and I think their ad products will continue to just dominate. So as you can see here, I have an average cost around $174 invested in Facebook, with today's total return around $412. I think that's great. Facebook is something I kind of slowly had to believe in, but I continue to buy them at a discount, which, as you can see here, paid off. And I think long term, I'm going to continue to buy. The third is a great company. It is Netflix. We all know it. I think Netflix, the reason for my purchase was I think they were dominating the streaming services. Now, as you can see, I'm around $346 up on Netflix. I think there's continual growth. I think with all this competition in the streaming services, I'm kind of reluctant before I buy more, but I think they dominate the streaming industry and they control most of the data, consumer info, which I think allows them to have the competitive edge over the market, which means I will continue to purchase over time. But right now I'm just going to hold off. But a good investment here. I started investing here. As you can see, continual growth, and I think Netflix is going to grow. So we have Berkshire Hathaway, a company that has not done me well right now, but I think long term it'll be a great investment. Now, I believe in Warren Buffett. I believe in all his holdings, and similar to a lot of people, I believe in the stock Berkshire Hathaway. I have an average cost around $207 with around 3 shares being owned, but I think over time I will continue to grow my holdings. It's a safe investment. I believe they pay a decent dividend. Not sure off the top of my head. but just holding off on them right now with the current market value around $625 invested in Berkshire Hathaway. Now here's when it gets really fun. Here's a company that I believed in that a lot of people told me not to buy, and that was Tesla. Current share price around $417. My average cost was around $43 after they did their split. As you can see here, a total return around $5,600. Absolutely incredible. I bought them back around 6 months ago here, around at their all-time low around $280, not their all-time 52-week low, but around $280, which you can see here just did me well, and I can't believe how much progress they've made as a company. And I think I'll continue to invest in Tesla over time. I think they dominate the electric cars. Just Elon Musk is insane, but I think he's a great leader, which means I'll continue to believe in him and invest in him. So as you can see, a great market value here, around $6,000 invested in Tesla. And it's a great holding that I'll continue to just be thankful I invested in and took the risk in at a young age. Next, we have PayPal here. PayPal is sitting around $198 per share right now. I currently own around 9 shares. When I was first getting invested here, I just really thought cash was purposeless. And I saw the switch or the trend to, electronic Venmo, all that good stuff, which PayPal owns. As you can see here, around $1,700 invested in PayPal with a total return around $778. I'm super thankful I invested in PayPal. I think I will continue to slowly buy PayPal. That's something that I do. I see a lot of movement in their price, so I just slowly add shares over time, which is, averaged out and done pretty well for me. And I just wanted to show another little 5G stock that I own. It's AT&T. They're not technically a 5G stock, but their new products are evolving. I think it's a safe investment. I kind of purchased them originally for their dividends. As you can see, I have 2 shares. A negative total return, but right now, not the hottest stock, not the most sexy stock out there. But I think over time, they have the power to shift, and I truly just invest in them in their dividend. But I know Warren Buffett really believes in AT&T, so kind of why I wrote his coattail on this. So I think long term, it might play out. Next, we have Square. Square is a company that I truly adore. I just think their method of helping small businesses and making payment frictionless is something I truly believed in. As you can see here, for around 6 shares. Probably one of the first investments that I made. My buddy's dad was investing in them. He told me to do it, invest in them. So that's what I did. I took a chance. I have 6 shares, around $54 is my average cost. A little under $700 is my total return. One Square, just a great company. I think long term with PayPal and Square, there's 2 companies that I'm just going to continue to invest in. And I think over the 5-year period, you can see tremendous growth, and I think that growth is going to happen. But as you can see, I'm probably buying in these range Marches, and right at the dip in December is really when I got in, which allowed me to just grow my portfolio and have a greater return on my investment. Next, we have Lululemon. This is a fun company. I truly believe in their athletic wear. I think that I personally am a fan of their products, so which I took a kind of risk on. I only own 1 share at around $122 was my average cost getting into it. And as you can see, around $209 made off of Lululemon. I think long term, they're going to dominate. I just don't know much about that space. I don't do much research in the athletic wear or their brand or their model or their leaders, so I don't know much about their company, which kind of leaves me a little timid before I begin investing. But I think long term, Lululemon is going to continue to crush. It's a great brand. It's global, and it's just absolutely just killing it in the athletic workout industry. And I think there's growth, and as you can see over the 5 years, they made some tremendous growth, which means and it makes me believe that it's going to continue to have that same growth, which is an opportunity to buy. I don't think at $300, I think it might be a little high, but I'd say I'd get around $250 again and purchase more shares with my buying power. The next is Apple. Apple is a company I love. I think a lot of people also love this company as well. And this is another stock that I made a great return on my investment with an average cost around $48. That's pretty incredible. I know they just had their recent split, but I think you can still get in at a good time right now. $115. The new Apple iPhone's coming out. I think if the stock goes below, I say $100, I'm gonna continue to invest into Apple and own more shares. Around 24 shares I own of Apple, which I'm happy about, as again continue to grow, and a company that I think a lot of people believe in, and something that I just continue to buy over the long term. I think Apple is a leader in all tech, the trending, everything. They're just crushing it, and this is why I continue to invest in Apple. So now I want to jump into some things that are not so pleasant, or shares that are not so valuable right now, but I think in the long term I just kind of took a risk on them, and I think they might do well. I own a little bit of Bank of America here, 8 shares. It's a total return around $21. Yeti, I'm not sure why I began investing in them. Didn't know much about their products. Long term, it might be a niche product which could die out, but that's my personal opinion. I purchased them around $17, but luckily I made around $200 on Yeti. I think a lot of people enjoy their products. People enjoy what they have to offer, which means I think there'll be great growth in the future. So Yetis is something I might hold off on. I think I purchased it just to have like a competition or to see what it would grow to, and kind of just spark my interest of trying to take a stock that just IPO'd and to see if they'll grow and make me some money, which luckily they did, which is nice. Next we have Microsoft, just another stable tech stock that I truly believe in as well. Right now the shares are down a little bit, around $210, but I got in around $127. I have around 5 shares of Microsoft, and I think I'll continue to build my holdings with Microsoft. Microsoft continues to develop. It doesn't seem to really let me down at much. With around $400 on my return, I think over time, as this market kind of fixes itself out, I think it'd be a great time to buy and also hold for the long term. Just something that also pays a great dividend as well. Off the top of my head, not sure their dividend, but I really enjoy their products or services, and I think they're going to do well in the future, and that's kind of why I hold them. Next is American Airlines. I believe I bought American Airlines through the pandemic. I grew my holdings, I grew my portfolio through the pandemic. I saw this as an opportunity. I think I flooded around $7,000 to $8,000 once the market really crashed, and I just flooded as much money as I can to create as much growth or spike. So a lot of my returns were from taking a risk during the pandemic. Right now I'm losing money on American Airlines, $102 loss. I own 5 shares, but I think over time, once the airline industry really rebounds, recovers, and after this pandemic, right now could be a buying opportunity. I might have to change my cost, or my average cost per dollar per share, and just purchase a few more, but I might have to hold off on them before I go into and dive into more American Airlines shares. Now, I don't want to just bore you with some random stocks, but I have Walmart, Johnson & Johnson, Verizon, which I think are just stable stocks to own. I only have like 1 share of each, but they're not really growing much like I thought. I think long-term Walmart could have some problems, but they're picking up their e-commerce. Verizon, I think they continue to dominate. AT&T and Johnson & Johnson have just discovered maybe some breakthrough with the coronavirus. They're releasing some type of vaccination soon, which can continue to grow their share price, grow their company, and just have a basically breakthrough in the market. As you can see here, my Johnson & Johnson, I'm around $30. Nothing special, but it's a company that I think wanted to help diversify my. Here we are with Amazon. Amazon, a company I truly believe in. I bought them at $1,700. Some of my friends, my friends be like, hey, you're crazy, why are you gonna buy them at $1,700? I just know Amazon is gonna continue to just grow, crush. It is literally taking out every industry, and that's why I believe in it. I think the share could go around $5,000 in the next 2 years. But we're up around $1,400 on 1 share of Amazon. Something told me I should have bought more, but hey, I can't win them all. Amazon is something that I love having in my portfolio. It's something that I'll hold for 50, 60 years probably. And lastly, guys, I just want to run you through kind of on the right here what I have, just to keep it simple. Following Amazon, we have a Beyond Meat share. We have this here is a Vanguard high dividend yield ETF. Nothing too sexy again, but just something that gives me some ability to diversify, to grow, to allow me to just have different options. And I truly am trying to buy more ETF stocks or ETF shares. I just think long term they're great funds to have and allow me to diversify and take different approaches to my investment strategies. As you can hear, I have Smile Direct Club. Visa is a company I own 6 shares of, around $193. It's continuing to grow. Disney, and then Zoom is a holding that made me some great money. I have around 3 shares. As you can see, my Zoom made me around, let's see, $1,200 investing in Zoom. Right early in the pandemic, I kind of believed in them, and I saw the growth, and people were just using Zoom, and I don't think Zoom's going away, so that's what I own. And Zoom is a great share, great company, and I'm continuing to build on them. And then lastly here we have ACB, Royal Cannabis, Southwest, and the SPY, which is another ETF. So guys, as you can see, I did skip a few boring shares, I'm not gonna lie. Let's say like Intel, something I don't really believe in, wouldn't want to recommend or buy. A lot of growth or just weird things happening within Intel. I think there's a lot of competition. Bank of America, Snapchat, 1 shares of each. So when I first got started investing, I didn't really know what I was buying, but I just continued to invest in companies I believed in. I invested in things that I thought were going to make me money, and then I did my research as well. which allowed me to grow my investment portfolio at a young age. And I think if you guys are just getting invested, do your research, do your homework, but start investing. Don't be afraid to take risks. That's what I did, which allowed me to have great returns and allowed me to build my Robinhood portfolio around $30,000 by the age of 21. So guys, thank you for tuning in. We have more videos to come. Smash that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. Take care. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.